Alright, Artem MMA Analysis here with another video. As always, guys, I know the last couple of weeks have been really bad for my videos. To be brutally honest, man, I've just been so busy, I don't really have the time to really be making the videos as I used to. I'm working full time, I've got quite a bit going on outside of work as well, but in this video I'm just going to give away my quick picks straight away, and then I will kind of give a little bit of a breakdown of the fights, so I don't really waste too many people's time here. My picks are CJ Vergara, Malsik Bagdasaryan, Dustin Jacoby. I've got Chris Barnett in Gary Nasruddin Imavov. Do I? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go Nasruddin Imavov. I've got Phil Hawes, Bobby Green, Andreas Michelarios, Michael Chandler, Shane Burgos, Marlon Vera, Namajunas, and Kamaru Usman. So I'm not too sure how many underdogs are in that kind of picking list, but we've got CJ Vergara versus Odai Oswan. Straight up, boys, I picked against CJ Vergara in his Dana White's Contender Series fight, and he finished Bruno Correa in like less than a minute. And what's so good about CJ Vergara is he's got really good knees, and Odai Oswan has found a lot of problems with the knees in his most recent losses. Flying knee loss to Manal Cup. He got submitted by Brian Kelleher as well, and he KO'd Jerome Rivera. Not really the best win though, Jerome Rivera. Not in the UFC anymore. I do think CJ Vergara is going to get the job done by KO. Interesting that he's the underdog on the Tapology here. I'm not too sure if that's how the real odds are. Malsik Bagdasaryan. One of the top prospects coming up, man. We've got Bruno Souza. I believe he's making his UFC debut. He is. He's got good wins on his record too, man. Definitely not someone to overlook. These lines are pretty wide, man. We've got minus 280 for Malsik Bagdasaryan. I mean, he's got a KO win over Colin Anglin, decision win over Dennis Bazooka. And for that, lots of KO wins. I do think he's going to find another KO as well. I've got Bagdasaryan by KO in this fight here. Dustin Jacoby stepping in on short notice versus John Allen. To be honest, I'm pretty confident Dustin Jacoby's going to get the job done. I would actually put Dustin Jacoby relatively highly ranked in the light heavyweight division. He's coming off a draw against Ion Cutelaba. Not really too bad. After that, he KO'd Darren Stewart, I believe, in the first round. So that's a pretty good win as well, I guess. I think a win over John Allen will be alright as well. And maybe after that, he could probably start asking for fights. Not in the top 15, but fights that would get him towards the top 15. Pretty confident Jacoby to win this fight, probably by KO. Massive kickboxing background for Dustin Jacoby there. And I picked 3 KOs in a row, bro. I'm about to pick a fourth. I do think we're going to get a 4th KO in a row. Chris Barnett, I do think he's going to get the job done inside the distance. Gian Vellante, he doesn't really look like he cares anymore. Chris Barnett, he's a big boy, man. He's only 5'9" in the heavyweight division. Like, bro, how does this even happen? But Chris Barnett by KO, my pick. I mean, maybe we will get 4 KOs in a row. I kind of wish that we do. Next pick I think is pretty easy. I've got Ian Gary to get this one done. Jordan Williams just recently lost to Mickey Gall, and he was the favourite. He got hurt on the feet against Mickey Gall. He got submitted as well. Lost to Nasruddin Imavov. Not really the worst loss there, I guess. But Ian Gary, I think he's going to get a job done inside the distance. I mean, if it's a KO, man, that would be like 5 KOs in a row. Oh, man. And now I've got Nasruddin Imavov by some decision in this one. I think that Edmund Shabazian is going to win the first round. He always kind of does. I believe all of his wins, except for one, are in the first round. Am I correct in saying that? And Nasruddin Imavov, I think he's going to have to just outlast the first round by Edmund, and then he's going to get the job done by a decision. Shabazian, man. The pick on the odd Tapology. Man. I don't know, man. I mean, the thing about Edmund is the 2 guys he's lost to have been very good guys. Jake Hermanson and Derek Brunson. I'm still going to side with Nasruddin Imavov on this one, though. I do think he's going to get the job done. Phil Hawes versus Chris Curtis. This fight could have happened a few weeks ago on one day's notice. I don't know why Phil Hawes just didn't take that fight. Chris Curtis was literally cutting weight the night before the weigh-ins. He would have had a lot easier fight than this one, but Chris Curtis, I guess a veteran of the regional scene. He fought in Dana White's Contender Series before in 2018. I think he actually won a decision or something like that, but he didn't get the contract. He's a welterweight. That's what really concerns me, is he's a welterweight, and Phil Hawes is a big middleweight. I think that Phil Hawes, he's going to hurt Chris Curtis. I don't know if he was going to finish him, but he's definitely going to get the job done in my opinion. Bobby Green by decision in this one here. I do think that he's probably just going to box the face off Raging L.A. Quintillo. No disrespect to him, but I just don't really know if he's like, his heart's really in it as it used to be. Bobby Green, though, he may be old, maybe 35 or so, but I do think that he is still looking to make it into the top 15. Alex Behar versus Andreas Michelarios. I think this might be the biggest underdog that I am picking of the night. Alex Behar, I think everyone should know him by his KO win over Israel Adesanya in kickboxing. After that, he's come on 3 KO wins. He did fight 6 years ago and lost by submission in MMA, but I guess that's kind of fine. He's kind of dabbled in and out of KOs. I'm sorry, of MMA. But what does concern me is recently he just fought a kickboxing belt, so has he really been training as wrestling all that much? I know he's training with Glover Teixeira, so that could be pretty good, but I do actually think that Andreas Michelarios is going to get the job done. Massive minority in that one, but I think we could see a submission here. Once again, another fight that I am in the minority, man. I've got the older guy. He's going to be almost 36 years old coming into this fight. Iron Michael Chandler. Not gonna lie, I've kind of become a fan of this guy. I kind of like him. At the start, I didn't really. I was like, man, Dana White, privilege. I was on that Tony Ferguson side. But yeah, I'm starting to really like Michael Chandler. I do think he's actually quite a good guy. I still haven't forgiven him for what he did to my boy Dan Hooker, but I guess we've all got to move on at one point. He had a very good fight with Charles Oliveira as well. He won the first round. Unfortunately, got knocked out very soon into the second. He's bouncing back. Justin Gaethje, on the other hand, lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov over a year ago. Has not really fought since then. Good underdog pick, I think, in Michael Chandler, but I would not be putting money on this fight. I think it's 50-50. I've got Michael Chandler. I think he's going to get the job done. I do actually believe we're going to see a stand-up fight for like the first 3 minutes or so, and then Chandler will actually shoot for a takedown and maybe get a submission on Justin Gaethje or something like that, and then Justin Gaethje's going to go make him like a massive deal about how he took him down, and he said that he wasn't going to take him down, and just stuff like that. Shane Burgos versus Billy Quarantillo. Billy Quarantillo, a pretty well-known fighter, man. 16-3, great record, coming off a pretty good win against Gabriel Benitez only 3 months ago. Shane Burgos, on the other hand, on a 2-fight losing streak. He's taken 5 months off since his Edson Barboza loss. Hopefully that's enough time. That loss was pretty scary, to be fair. I do think he's going to bounce back here. I think he's going to use his boxing. I think we're going to see a 3-round war. Shane Burgos by decision is my pick in this one here. Frankie Edgar versus Marlon Vera. I've got Marlon Vera by decision as well. What is so crazy about Marlon Vera is he's like low-key, like in a way, being looked at as a veteran of the game. The guy's not even 30 years old yet. That's so crazy. His best win definitely did come over Sean O'Malley. I picked him to beat Sean O'Malley in that fight. Hey, anyway, and then he lost to Jose Aldo, and now he's fighting Frankie Edgar. He's fighting the guys that Dana White probably wants Sean O'Malley to be fighting. Legends like Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar, no disrespect to the man, he's 40 years old now, coming off a pretty bad KO loss as well to Corey Sandhagen. A long time ago, though, we could see him use his wrestling to win a decision here, but I am actually going to go with Marlon Chito Vera to win a decision in this fight here. Rose Namajunas versus Wei Lee Zhang, or Zhang Wei Lee, as well as she is known. I've got Rose Namajunas in this one. I think she's going to get it done by submission. I think her ground game is almost like underrated. Would that be fair to say? I don't even know if that would be fair to say, but I think that Rose Namajunas is so slippery on the ground. I think if the fight does get to the ground, we will see a submission, I think in the second or third round, by Rose Namajunas. A lot of people picking the fight to go the distance. Very interesting. I haven't picked many fights to go the distance on this card. This card is awesome, man. Kamaru Usman by knockout as well. I think quite late in the fight. I don't really think 5th round like we saw in the first fight, but I think we're gonna see like a 3rd or 4th rounds KO by Kamaru Usman, and that's my picks, man. Straight up, dude. I know that there wasn't really much of a breakdown at all. I'm just giving my opinion on the fights. Don't really have much time to research them anymore, and I'll see you guys in the next one then.